As part of this topic, let's understand how to filter the data using dates leveraging appropriate date manipulation functions. It is a bit complex topic. Make sure you focus on and understand whatever is covered. This is a bit realistic use case, and hence you should follow this and understand how the problems are solved in real world situations. That being said, to begin with, I'm creating Spark session object. Using this Spark session object, I'll be creating a data frame by name A traffic. This will contain the data related to 2008 January. Let's run these two cells to make sure that we have created the data frame by name A traffic. Once the data frame is created, we should be able to preview the schema by running this. You can see the fields in this data frame. We have all these fields in this. Now we'll be dealing with the dates. If you look at the columns here, there are no columns which actually have the dates in them. However, the date is distributed across 3 columns. It is nothing but year, month, and day of month. Using these 3 fields, we should be able to build the date if you want to get the date on which flight is departed or arrived. Let's preview how many records we have with respect to year, month, and day of month. For the month January 2008, we should be seeing 31 records because January month of any year will have 31 dates. Let's run this. And let's see if it have returned all the 31 records or not. It should be returning 31 records. However, it is not explicitly saying. If you sort, you should be able to see the 31 dates in proper order, and you can confirm. However, there is other approach to confirm. We can say distinct.count like this. As long as it returns 31, that means our data frame have records related to 31 dates. You can see the 31 here. You can also get overall count. The overall count in this data frame is nothing but 605,659. Now we will be performing a task called as get number of flights departed late on Sundays. However, we do not have any field which have the date. We have date distributed between year, month, and day of month. Using those, we have to build the date, and then we have to use appropriate function to get the day name, and then we have to compare that with Sunday. Let's get into those details so that you understand the overall process. Before getting into implementation on top of our original dataset, first I'm actually demonstrating about how to extract the day name using today's date. For that, first I'm creating a single column, single row data frame. DF is a single column, single row data frame. It have a field called as dummy and one record called as X. Using this, I'll be using current date function. I should be able to see the current date. It is nothing but 2021 March 1st. Now let's see how to get the day name for this date. For that, we have to import date format function. This will take care of importing the date format function. On top of current date with alias current date, I'm using date format, passing the current date, and then specifying the format as 2 capitals. It will give me the today's day name in 3 characters. Today is Monday, and hence we'll be seeing MON as part of the output. If you wanted to get full form name for today's date, you should be able to get it by specifying format like this. If you specify 4 is, then you should be able to get the full form name of today's day. Now you can see the Monday here. Using this approach, we should be able to get the day name for each and every date that is part of our 2008 January flight traffic data. However, we do not have any field which will contain the complete date. It is distributed among year, month, and day of month. Let's preview the data. You can see here we have year, month, and day of month in this format. We have to concatenate these things, create the date first. On top of that date, we have to use date format to get the day name of each and every date. Let's get into those details. In this case, I'm importing functions such as call, lpad, and concat. I can concat year, month, and day of month like this. The reason why I'm using lpad is you can see that some of the records have single digit month. Some of the records might have single digit days as well. When we have single digit days or months, we want to pad with zeros on the left side so that the dates are uniform. For that purpose, we are using lpad. If the length of the string is less than 2 characters, then the strings will be lpadded with zeros. Now it will take care of generating the dates using YYYYMMDD format. You can see the dates here. All of them are uniform. Now this is not a standard date. First, we need to convert this non-standard date to standard date. For that, we can use a function called as to_date. You can see here as part of select expression, I am using to_date. This is SQL style approach. In this case, I'm interpreting the flight date, which is this one, using this format, and I'm converting the date to standard date. Let's run this, and you can see the output. Now the dates will be standard dates. Using these standard dates, we should be able to use date format, and we should be able to get the day name. This will take care of getting the day name for us. So on top of to date, flight date, comma, the format, I'm invoking date format, and I'm specifying the format in which it should be interpreted. In this case, the format is nothing but 4 capitals, which means we are trying to get the full day name. Now let me run this. We should be able to get the full day name here. This is how you can actually use year, month, and day of month as part of our air traffic data to get the name of the date. This is all SQL style syntax. If you want to use data frame style syntax, this is how it will look like. First, you need to import date format and toDate. Earlier, when we use SQL style syntax, we don't need to import date format and toDate because this is hard coded here as part of this select expression. However, if you want to use data frame style syntax, you need to make sure that you have imported date format and toDate. Now, using these functions, we should be able to convert the flight date, which is of type YOY MMDD format, to actual standard date and then extract the day name. Now, let me run this and you can see the appropriate day names here. As we got the day names, we should be able to compare this with Sunday to get the flights related to Sunday, and we can actually perform the count on top of it. Let's implement this on top of our original dataset to fulfill our task. Now let me scroll down here. I'm just importing call, concat, and lpad. It is not required because we have already imported earlier. Now on top of existing columns as part of this data frame called as the air traffic, I'm adding additional column by name flight date. In this case, I'm invoking with column. I'm specifying the alias as flight date and then specifying the logic related to generating the dates with YOY MMDD format. Using this flight date, I should be able to get the information such as day name and then compare with Sunday to get the details about flights which are departed on Sunday. And also I'm checking for is departure delayed equal to yes. Only then I want to get the count. So this will take care of getting the count of flights which are delayed with respect to departure on Sundays in the month of January 2008. Let's run this and we should be able to see the count. There are 34,708 flights which are delayed on Sundays. To make sure that it is correct, what we can do, we can copy this and then paste it here. Remove this is departure delayed equal to yes end, and then let's run this. It will get us the count of flights that are departed on Sundays. So total number of flights that are departed on Sundays are nothing but 76,395. Out of them, 34,708 were departed late. This is using SQL style syntax. If you want to use data frame style syntax, you have to import date format, toDate on top of concat, lpad, etc. Then you should be able to run this piece of code where we are saying is departure delayed equal to yes and date format of toDate of flight date with this format, then this format to extract the day name equal to Sunday. When you use boolean end as part of the filter with the data frame style, you have to use single ampersand like this, and also each condition should be in circular brackets like this. If you do not specify the conditions in circular brackets like this, it will not work. I haven't covered yet with respect to details related to boolean or and end. I'll be covering as part of the next topic. For now, make sure that you understand the details related to how we can use the date related functions to filter and get the solutions for our problem statements. That is more important than boolean end. Even if you do not understand boolean end at this time, it is fine. This is how you should be able to leverage appropriate date manipulation functions to filter the data if you have to filter based upon dates.